For starters, to make this easier, I went ahead and clipmasked my design to the template PNG or SVG file in my Etsy store for this 17-ounce bullet. I then decided to print it out, and now I'm trying to cut out the excess paper. And here comes our supervisor, Miss Sparkles, checking in on our quality, of course. Why, you might ask, why I'm trying to attempt this rainbow on a 17-ounce bullet tumbler? Well, to make matters simple, I was, I don't know, I guess presented with this task from my daughter, which she wanted a matching tumbler to my mom that I had recently done. And instead of being simple, she decided to be like, Mom, how about you put it on a 17-ounce bullet tumbler that you purchased from pressingimages.com, by the way. They are located in Calgary. And I was like, well, sure, why not attempt it? Because, I need to show the on how to use the template that I have made and sell in my Etsy store. Link in bio. Now that Miss Sparkles is a-okay with our quality control, we can go ahead and we can start taping our template to our design. This template was printed out on regular printed paper and taped to the design. The design is on back, and I am just slicing it according to where I put the slice marks. Try not to go farther than is indicated. I just figured this would be an easier way to make it simpler for you and me, because I hate guesswork. If you don't like hand cutting, you can also use your cutting machine, like a Cricut or a Silhouette Cameo, and you can go ahead and upload this SVG file into that machine, and you can cut it out in cardstock so that you can just reuse it every single time you need to make a 17-ounce bullet design. Just a little tip there. Just flipping that on over, and we're gonna go ahead and continue those slices on the opposite side. Now that that's finished, we can go ahead and flip it on over, line it up with our tumbler, and start taping it on. Wanted to give you a close-up of how I typed the edges. I slightly overlap one over the other, and then I just tape through the top. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same to the bottom. To do this, you slightly grab the tab and you push the other one that'll be below a little bit down, and then you just tape right over top. Don't worry to be too finicky about this stage, because you're gonna cover it with a hell of a lot more tape once you're done this. Once I'm done that, I like to tape down the center where I overlap the design. Some people like to start with this part, and I like to finish with it. I like to tape down the ends first. I guess we'll see how well that does once this tumbler's done in the oven. Now it's time to cue in everyone's best friend, the Tumbler Maker's Bestie. You can find this in our Amazon store link in our Linktree bio. I use this to run down every seam, even the under one that most people seem to forget. I know I sometimes still do. And if you're wondering why you end up with a little bit of a white line, that's more than likely your culprit. But this guy works way better than a fingernail. And you just run it down the seam, and any line, you'll see I pretty much rub the hell out of this tumbler after I'm done completely taping it, just to make sure, again, pushing out all that air. And I guess we will see how my results do at the end. Whether or not I will add it to the end of this video or make a new one, I haven't quite decided, but hang in there with me. Like and follow or subscribe to our channel if you'd like to learn more, and hit us with any comments on any other sublimation items that you might need some help on. Or join our Facebook groups. We are a moderator to many sublimation help groups and Crycut, because I do own a Crycut Air and a Maker 3. Love them. And that's pretty much about it. Here I am, going around with the last layer of tape, pulling quite tightly, might I add, and making sure that I just go around all the tips and edges of where I started my cuts, because those are also good culprits for some ghosting. And if you'd like to give this design a shot yourself, just go ahead and hit the link in our bio, head on to our Facebook group, join us there, and this is going to be our monthly freebie for this month, where you can go ahead and download the file for free and try it yourself. Please do post and tag me in your results. I'd love to see. Thank you. Again, here I'm just trying to tightly wrap and smooth out as I can as I'm going around. And once you're done that, you're going to go ahead and push those ends down. And we're not done there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to rub this all over again, pushing out all the air with our Tumbler Maker's Bestie. This thing is a game changer, literally. You're going to want to go up and down and sideways along all those slits that you made. Just making sure that you're pushing it all the way down into the creases and you're getting all that air out. Yep, you guessed it. Now we're going to continue the same thing on the other side. And once again, we're going to go ahead and in with our Tumbler Maker's Bestie, and we're going to rub out all the air that might be trapped inside. And what the hell, we'll just rub it all the way down, all over again, all the way around, making sure we get it good. And there we have it. When your tumbler has been mummified, it should look like this. Now, if you think we're done then, you could be. But for safety measures, bam, I always double it up with the shrink wrap. And here's Mission Impossible itself. You may be wondering, what the fuck happened here? Well, you weren't the only one. It turns out I forgot to read the description, and these tumblers were not made for sublimation. So there you go, folks. Don't make the mistake I did. But the template works.